Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we got a game in the Fantasque for you. Violet, that's the build I'm going with now. We got Speed with the Blue Gal and Bay for concealment. Quick update on the hunt for 20k. You guys are crushing it. Appreciate all the support. You guys have been giving me a lot of nice comments too. I've been reading them all. But once we get to the 20k, we'll be triggering some giveaways. Culminating in a stream, we'll have lots of premium ships to give away, probably tier 4, 5, 6, etc. So lots of good prizes. Stay tuned for that. Here, capture the base mode. Note the layout here. We got a destroyer all the way on the west, nothing on the east. Now, we could potentially play the middle here. If there's a destroyer on that eastern flank, I would definitely probably start off in the middle at least. But no, we got battleships. We got a cruiser over there. They need some support. I go let them know on the map. But maybe you noticed there it was Meta Jerk, fellow community contributor. We've divisioned up with him in Chile before. Good guy. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. You should check him out. He's kind of the king of the Krakens. So whenever we have a deployment like this where we got two wings that essentially need to be spotted, the spotting in the middle, not nearly as important. I need to get over here. That's kind of my duty. If you're playing destroyer and you got less destroyers than are available or needed rather to cover all the flanks, spot those flanks, it's kind of your job to recognize that, and whoever's closest, you need to go over there and support. So I'm rushing over there. We got the speed boost going fantastic, very fast, as you'll notice there. We're topping off at 53 with the speed boost. And we're getting located. That's the clue. Now, if you notice there, we got a pair of German destroyers. Normally, if I don't have proven players over here that I know are going to be actually shooting destroyers, I'd be much more cautious jumping into this. Because if I get too close to them, especially if I get within their sonar range, they can smoke sonar, team up, blast me very quickly. We're going to throw down some torps here. Note where we're putting them. Common deployments for destroyers in this map is to tend towards the eastern side. So we're, you know, if we assume they were coming right at us, we'd be going a little bit to the left of that spread right there. But we're assuming they're heading east. Okay, and that's just a common deployment. If you want to blind fire these torps right off the bat as an opening strike, like we're attempting to do here, that's a good place to do it. You can see one of them actually opens fire. I don't know if he thinks he's behind the island or what. He has a spread down. We notice that immediately. Pop the reload boost. Unfortunately, disengages in the smoke. You can see, maybe noticed on the map or on the right-hand side of the screen, his buddy's actually spotted as well. We're trying to blind fire, though. Everyone on the team over here is piling on. Other Z23 now. He's in the bullseye. Oh, and speaking of bullseye, we got that the ZF6 over there. It wasn't quite a dev strike, but he did wind up being in that right-hand side of that spread. So, you know, if they continue going full speed, those would have been behind these destroyers, but because they're kind of forced to play, you know, in the smoke over here, they wind up getting hit by them. So, not a bad guess where we need to go there. And note everyone on this flank over here piling on these destroyers. This is what you want to see. And this is why when World of Warships is great. When your team shoots destroyers, you win games. You win them easily. You'll note this video isn't exactly long, and that's because we're going to clobber these guys. Wrecked this flank over here. We got two destroyers. Yeah, we got one more battleship. He's on the moon. We're not concerned about him. We're going straight to the base. We're going to pressure that base. I want to get either on the base or near it so I can spot basically everyone behind that central grouping there. That'll allow Meta and his division mate, and keep in mind these guys are random. We didn't pair up. We're not on the comms together or anything. We're just intuitively playing together. But his buddies, if we spot over there, they could potentially lob shells into those guys. And I should also give a shout out to that Cleveland who actually did hit the radar. That's why we re-spotted that destroyer and finished him off so well. So this is a very well executed flank with one division playing together, the destroyer who's playing with them, and the Cleveland also playing a great supporting role. So this is what you want to see: speed, velocity, viciousness, just a ferocious attack that took these guys down, and it's going to be very hard to recover. Now, we don't have any domination caps to control over here, so why the advantage of going in the center here, like we talked about, spotting, of course, but if I got a lane to get on that base, we're going to try and do it with an eye of disengaging back down, straight down south through those two gaps there and back into our base. Okay, we're not going to get on this cap for sure and die, because they got a lot of firepower over here. If they spot us, all these guys blast us in unison, we're done. We don't have smoke. We don't have a great way to disengage here, so we got to be careful, paying close attention to that blue ring on the map at all times. Look at these guys subscribing while this game's going on. Thank you very much for the subscriptions, guys. But we're closing in here. I want to see if we can get this Torp off on this Iowa. Looks like he's trying to slam on the brakes, drop the anchor. We did hit the battleship to the east with one. Looks like he tried to turn off, but we did catch him with one Torp over there, the Jauja, and he's in trouble. We could thinking about piling on with the guns, but that'd be pretty foolish. But now look at this Iowa here. We almost got these tubes reloaded on this side. We got that one strike kind of aimed at him to assuming he's going to like drop anchor. If he backs up from this position, we'll miss, of course. But now, because we're going to have this secondary follow-up strike, if he decides he's going to back up, we can actually send a couple salvos right at him. Now, they're going to spread wide around him, so we would only be hoping for one or two strikes in that case, but we're close enough. The Torps have enough speed where that's a feasible play. Now that we see him gunning forward, though, we'll go ahead and put one on the indicator because he's been kind of, slamming on the brakes. He's conceivably just re-angling towards those battleships, Meta and his buddy, with the intention of dropping the anchor. So we didn't lead him too far there, but we got him to turn here. He will notice the Torps. He is very close here. You can see he's actually right on the edge of our blue detection ring. The first salvo he dodges, but the second salvo we're going to get him with 1, 2, 3 Torps there. And double floods, I assume if he doesn't use the damage con yet, which he hasn't, now he uses it. As you can see in the top right corner, we're not ticking up more damage, but this is great for our teammates, especially that Cleveland. You're going to be piling on. You can see that fire in the back. That sticks. We're going to go ahead and start firing our guns now here. This game's effectively over. It's a rout. We're just kicking the Jesus out of these guys. It's all good. We're just going to kind of fool around here. If we dies, we dies. We don't care. Go for some more damage. If things really got hot, if these guys whacked us a few times, we'd probably stop shooting, disengage, like we were talking about a moment ago. Just go straight down south, make sure we don't die. But, we're up, 5? Now we're up 6 ships at this point in time. We've been on the cap, so even if they kill 6 identical class ships in return, we still have a built-in score advantage now because we've been on the cap. If this game wasn't such a rout, this would be a stronger play in terms of the scoring, just like stopping their accrual points for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, whatever you can get. Strong play normally, and usually in capture the base, you're not actually trying to capture the base unless the enemy concedes it or it's some sort of Hail Mary play towards the end of the game. But in this case, or in a lot of cases, what you're trying to do is whittle the score down or increase your lead, rather. No, we go ahead and switch over to AP. We can see how effective it is in the superstructure. There's a lot of fires already on there. The French Destroyer AP, if you get them broadside and you're hitting lightly armored targets, you should be getting some decent salvos. Go ahead and switch to HE as soon as he begins pointing back at us. He got his Torps off at whatever battleship's over there, but these guys are not long for the world. So great running into Meta out there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. Like I said, it's kind of a rout. Not a huge scoring game, but ferocious in terms of velocity. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. Do love to hear from you guys, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.